Good afternoon. Today is September 26th, 2024, and you're at the City of Opa-locka CRA meeting. We're gonna stand, ask Board Member Taylor, would you give us the invocation, and we're gonna have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, we thank you for bringing us together one more time in your name. God, we ask that you come into this meeting, that we will do the will for your people, your will for your people. And in Jesus' name we pray, amen. Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Board Member Bass, Board Member Irvin, Board Member Kelly,
Present.
Board Member Taylor,
Present.
Vice Chair Williams,
Here.
Board Member Williams, Board Chair Russell.
Here. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and we are going to move right into our agenda. Mr. Director, do we have any add-ons, or can you tell me what the course of action that we're going to deal with today?
Thank you. Most of the items on here are, and it's up to you. We can have a 5-minute meeting or we can have an hour meeting. It's up to you. I'm willing to stay for either. The one item that we need passed today, the two items that we need passed today are 7 and 8. And that we need done before Monday. The other items we could put on the next agenda for, I guess it would be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. We can roll those over to the next meeting, but we also have items that we're working on for that meeting, so we'll just compound that Tuesday. So it's up to you all how you want to do it. Most of these are licenses agreements to fix up people's property and hire consultants, contractors to work on that process. So and that's what the other items are, except for 7 and 8.
Okay, well, I'll take the will of the board. If you all feel like we could go through them, all of the items tonight?
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I don't have a problem going through them tonight. I can't say I'll be here 2-3 weeks from now, maybe having other things going on. But I'm here tonight, so if the majority is willing, we can go through them. I don't think they're too technical that, will take us all night anyway.
Okay.
But I'm just speaking.
Okay, and any objections from the board members? Okay, all right, well, let's move into the approval of the minutes from the last meeting, 7/9.
Move it. Second.
Moved by Board Member Kelly, second by Board Member Taylor. Any corrections, deletions, add-ons? Okay, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes.
4-0, motion passed.
Okay, we're gonna open up for public comments. Seeing none, hearing none, public comments is closed, and we're gonna move right into our resolutions. Mr. Attorney, please.
Good evening, Madam Chair. The majority whip has whipped up a quorum. First resolution, item 8.1, a resolution of the Board of the Opa-locka CRA authorizing the Executive Director to enter into a license agreement under the Commercial Rehab Program for the property located at 1100 Alibaba Avenue, also known as the DC to Win Restaurant, and to execute any and all documents to effectuate the program and the license agreement.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Board Member Taylor, second by Vice Chair Williams. Any questions? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes.
motion passed 4-0.
8-2, please.
Item 8.2, Madam Chair, it's a similar resolution for a license agreement for the CRA to authorize the executive director to enter into a license agreement under the commercial rehab program for the property located at 800 Alibaba Avenue, also known as the BC Print Shop, and to effectuate and execute any and all documents to execute the license agreement with this property.
Can I get a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Board Member Taylor,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Williams. Questions for the director? If not, roll call, please.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes,
motion passed 4-0.
Mr. Attorney, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The next four items, item 3, 4, 5, and 6, are all connected to the previously established commercial facade improvements program. The first resolution is the CRA is authorizing the executive director to facilitate and execute a facade grant project design and management services agreement for the implementation of the program. Starting with this property located at 800 Alibaba Avenue, also known as the BC Print Shop.
Move it.
Second.
Any questions?
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
And it pertains to all of them because they're dealing with facade grants program. When we do this design and the management service agreement for this, I guess all of these met all the criteria. I guess that's the question I'm really asking. Okay. And if you don't have the answer, you don't have to tell me. How much of each of these, are they all the same amount in terms of what we're spending on doing each one of them? I'm just asking one question, so I ain't got 4 times.
No, they're not
Are they
all the
all
same
different?
amount, but they're all under $100,000.
Okay. All right. So all in 100, but they're different amounts.
Some require less work, some require more work.
I have a question as well. Mr. Director, on, we just passed 2, but on 3, it looks like it's the same address.
That would probably be, one is for the actual agreement with the, to able to give them the grant money, and then one is assigning, so we give them 2 options. We can either assign a contractor to work with them, or they can go out and do it themselves and get paid on a reimbursement basis.
Oh, okay.
Most people are taking us up on our offer to have someone assigned to them. So the second one would be to hire someone to work with that business owner to get that property up and going,
Okay, so that they don't have to go out and get their own contract.
or else it would never get done.
Okay, all right.
So-
Does it cost us more
It
when,
does,
when we get the contractor?
yes.
Okay, so will they go over the 100,000?
Well, that money would be coming out of a separate, that's why you were approving this contractor, because that money would be coming out of a separate line item, not coming from the line item for the commercial grant.
Oh, okay.
It'll be coming out of other contractors, consultants, line item. But that's why you're approving it.
Yeah,
you
so
don't
that's why
approve
we
it-
have 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So if they were to get close, well, we're signing the contract, so I'm assuming we're gonna be working with the contractor, so we would know if they're getting close to over the amount or something happens that we didn't foresee. How does that work? Does it come back to the board? Is there a contingency built in, or how does that work?
No, we would have to come back to the board and tell the board, look, we're looking at this is gonna go over what you approved. Can you approve more or not? And then we move on from there. But we're trying not to get to that point. We're trying to scope everything to what we are gonna pay for. But yeah, it would need to come back to you if we spent any more than what you approved.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm just, when you're talking about improvements to anything, you get started, you're in the
Yeah.
middle. I don't want to, take forever for us to meet to come back to approve something. But if you're kind of ahead of the game to kind of know based on the contracts, and I assume their experience, we kind of thought this was going to be 10,000, it's going to be 15. So, before we get that point and opening up this and ripping up that, and now it's in the middle, sitting there and waiting on the board to meet to approve. That's all, that's that question.
hopefully we don't have that situation, but I can tell you that what we're doing, and I think Marla can back me up on this, what we're doing now is actually going above the extra step. Because actually, once you approve the program, the administration is allowed to administer the program. And that means administer the program within the guidelines that you approved. So I don't actually have to come back and show you every grant that we're gonna, approve. But because we're in the situation we are choosing to bring every single application to you for approval with a dollar amount, so that there is no question. So that if we have to go over it, we also have to bring it back to you. So we're going that extra mile to have you approve it, have you approve the contractor, consultant, and approve the program a second time for this specific business.
Well, Madam Chair, that's why I was asking that question.
Yes, yes.
That's why I was asking that question, because I know the way it's written, you don't have to come back to us. But I'm glad that you are coming back to us. And the reason I say that, because obviously if it's something up against a time frame, and I'm just using an example, hopefully it doesn't, where, we need to meet to add, I'm gonna say $5,000, but we can't get a quorum for whatever reason. You actually have the latitude to spend it and do it on, come back to the board for ratification, if that's the case. That's why I brought that up. Okay. All right. So we just have to keep an eye on it due diligence wise, with the numbers and the amount. And because the contractors are those that we're selecting, it gives me a little more comfort level as opposed to someone outside and bringing their bills to us to want us to just ratify them. Okay. I can, go along with that. And that's really the same question for all of these. So I don't have to re-ask the same question on all of the different addresses. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
through the chair to the director, I do have a question as it relates to the contractors. Is it one contractor doing all? Do the RFP for that, or are you doing?
We're doing bid waivers for that, and we're not doing one for all. I think this is the second one that we're doing tonight. We're looking for others. In the October meeting, you should have 2 more, because we have 16 projects going on all together right now. All of them have not been assigned contractors. So we need to start assigning contractors, but I also didn't want to overwhelm any particular contractor with 3 or 4 jobs. So we're still looking for people who are qualified, like the guy you all introduced us to last week. We're calling him up to see, interview him to see if he may be interested in some of this work. But all of them have done work in Opa-locka or are doing work in Opa-locka and are familiar with the building department. But no, it's not going to be one person or 2 people. It may be 5 people, because we have 16 of these things that you're going to be approving for renovation.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, if not, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor, Chair Russell,
Yes,
motion passed 4-0.
thank you. Before, the attorney reads the next one, Mr. Director, you know what, I would like for you to bring back to the board, you could do it in a written form or just an update.
We have that, and I'll get that to you. I'll send you an email with that. It's already
Okay.
done.
Okay, as to, because we pass by them sometimes, so we'll know that, it is some work going on there, so that'd be good.
Yes.
Okay,
And Madam Chair, if you want, and I know that the attorney tried to get to this, I think you just passed 3. If you want to move 4, 5, and 6 together, that could save you some time,
okay.
since they're all the same.
I think I read it.
I think you gotta read it.
Separately.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
read it
Oh, okay,
separately.
all right. Okay, go
Save
ahead.
some time.
Now you gotta read it separately.
Okay,
Separate contractor,
Yeah.
separate property owner, separate report. All right.
okay.
Item 8.4, a resolution of the CRA authorizing the executive director to facilitate and execute another facade grant project design and management services agreement for the property located at 901 Sally Street.
Moved by Board Member Taylor, second by Board Member Kelly. Any questions or concern? If not, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes,
motion passed 4-0.
Mr. Attorney.
Excellent. Item 8.5. It's another resolution authorizing the executive director to facilitate and execute a facade grant project design and management services agreement for the implementation of the commercial facade improvements program for the property located at 1100 Alabama Avenue, also known as DC to Win Restaurant.
Move it.
Moved by Board Member Taylor,
Second.
second by Board Member Kelly. No questions, Madam Clerk, please.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes,
motion passed 4-0.
Mr. Attorney.
Item 8.6, the last of the facade improvements program resolutions authorizing the executive director to facilitate and execute another facade grant project design and management services agreement. This one specifically for the property located at 14532 Northwest 26th Avenue, also known as the Tommy Cycle property.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Board Member Kelly, second by Board Member Taylor. I just have one comment. Mr. Director, would you please, I think we mentioned it in a past meeting, to tell Mr. Tommy Cycle that he can't allow his people to congregate there because that has been a sore spot for some of our residents. Say that, we allow them with the dirt bikes to congregate there, and then we don't allow other people to do it. So
Okay.
please,
I will follow up on it.
okay, thank you.
Is that within the CRA director's jurisdiction?
No, but I can make a.
A
There we
friendly,
go.
a friendly,
A facade gathering resolution. Okay. All right, the next item.
We have to
Item-
vote on this
We
one.
gotta vote.
Oh, you gotta vote.
Roll call.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes,
motion passed 4-0.
Mr. Attorney, please.
All right, item 8.7, this is our annual fiscal budget. It's a resolution of the CRA amending, approving, adopting the CRA's proposed general operating and tax increment fund budget for the fiscal year commencing October the 1st, 2024 and ending September 30th, 2025 as set forth in your agenda packet, and directing the executive director to transmit a copy of said budget to the State of Florida Oversight Board.
Move it.
Moved by Board Member Taylor,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Williams. Any questions?
I can do a.
Can we
brief-
do a presentation?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So just so you know, we have a budget narrative in the back. Some of the past accomplishments from last year's budget was, we did get through $85,000 worth of rental assistance money. We went through that last year. That's a lot of people coming in asking for help with rental assistance. We actually just 2 days ago, I think we only had, this is how God works, there's some preachers up here. We only had $500 left in that account. And the last person that desperately needed help, who came in with the landlord, we said, all we have is $500. And she said, all I need is $500. So
Wow.
it actually kind of worked out that the last bit of money we had went to her. And so that program now is officially zeroed out. We also spent money to create 2 green homes in the Opa-locka CRA area with Palmetto Homes at $120,000 for the 2 homes. We started to spend money on the Rose Titus Butterfly Garden. We've gotten electrical work done. The lights have been ordered. They should be in this week. The irrigation's done, landscaping done. We purchased the property at 14401 Northwest 27th Avenue for $650,000. And we also did 2 infill property grants with Walltower Enterprises totaling $120,000. This year, our projected revenue from the city TIF is $1.774382 and $898,252 from the county, for a total TIF revenue of $2,672,634. We're carrying over $4.3 million from last year's budget. And most of that is program money that was not spent because we just didn't get the programs out in time. Commercial program is $1 million a part of this. But we do plan on spending most of that money this year because now we've gotten the programs passed, they're ready, and now we're gonna kick them off. Total revenue for this year, including the 4 million from the carryover, is $7,174,479. There's $111,699 for administrative expenses, which includes accounting and audits, advertising and notices, local travel, other administrative expenses. Our operating expenditures are at $3.3 million. Our fee for the office that we hold here is $5,000, printing and binding $2,500. Out of town travel is a little higher this year because I think we're all going to this conference in October. Education, $5,000. Professional services, which would include all of your staff, by the way. Professional services, that would include the consultants that are now staff members. By the way, that cost is $351,000. Under state law, with your budget at 2.6 million, you're allowed up to $530,000 for administrative costs. So just let you know that we're keeping it down by a lot. We could go up, we're not going up, but we're at 351. And that includes all of our services. Capital grants, we're rolling out the development assistance grants again. That's for the infill housing program of $800,000. That's for any developer that wants to build in an empty lot or wants to rehab an existing, derelict building within the Opa-locka CRA. They can come and apply for that grant. We have $800,000 for that. We have, by state law, we have to reserve 10% of our TIF revenue for housing initiatives. So that we have to put aside automatically, and we put $270,000, and we figure that can go to the first-time homebuyer program that you all started, or any other housing initiative that you may come up with in the future. That money can come out of that pot.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir, Board Member Taylor.
the development and assistance program, being that it's an infill housing program, that doesn't constitute as a housing initiative?
It does. So it's more money into housing.
Got it.
Before we go on, I thought we were gonna put money back into rental assistance.
That was never decided.
Okay.
Madam
Yes,
Chair,
sir.
I know the director, well, we had started before he came in, so we kind of just kept going with it. But I thought you were going to look at either some alternative proposals, recommendations, as opposed to the way we have it, or the way it was laid out when you got here. Because the way it was laid out when you got here, if I remember one of the meetings, you said it was kind of like open-ended with no really structure and parameters. But because it had started, you didn't really bother with it. But I thought for this coming budget, you were either going to recommend something new, different, or tweak it, whatever you want to call it. But I didn't know we're not going to put anything into it.
We started looking at something at after the last meeting because of what Vice Mayor Urban had said about new people coming in that want to move into Opa-locka CRA. So we are looking at other programs out there to bring back. But if you all want to start another program, you tell us that. You just tell us and we'll bring it back to you and do it.
Well, my preference is, I'm sorry, let me cut you off. My preference is not to fund it at the same level and look at some tweaking. I'm not saying making the criteria tougher, but it did get to the point, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, where sometimes people was like, they knew it was there, so just wait to come take advantage of it. I think it's still needed. I think we're still in a situation where people do have genuine concerns, where things get behind and they need help. My recommendation, and I know we're kind of got to pass this tonight, so I guess we might have to come back as a budget amendment, but I would look to put some dollars in a rental assistance the rental assistance program or whatever that we had before at a lower amount. And if you have recommendations on tweaking the criteria, you would do that. And I'm just suggesting, Madam Chair, and to my fellow members, we don't really say we want to roll it out until we address the tweaks or whatever we want to do. And so if people come in now, we'll just say, we're redoing a new budget. The budget has to be, and so the program wouldn't start now until January or something. I'm just throwing it out. Could be sooner, but that will give you a chance to bring back your tweaks to the board. The board can make any suggestions, recommendations, changes to it, and then you could roll it back out, but not at the same funding level. That's the only thing I'm saying. I don't have a certain amount of my colleagues do, but I don't want to fund it at that same high level. But if there's some suggestions, I'd like to hear them, or you can come back as part of your tweaking to say, not this amount, but this amount, not this many times, but this, whatever the tweaking, you've dealt with it. You had to deal with it. I just think it's a program that's still needed. Because there are folks that still have some rental and housing challenges. That's just my suggestion. I like to hear from my colleagues, that's
Madam,
me.
Yes, Board Member Taylor.
okay, I agree with Board Member Kelly on that. However, so I am in agreement on that, but I thought we were gonna put in the budget for home improvement programs.
So, Madam Chair, it's okay if I can make a recommendation? Can we allow the manager to go through the entire budget and then we can maybe come back with questions? Because I feel like there's a couple of things that we haven't gone through. Is that okay?
I'm 67 and I need to, when I have my questions.
You want to ask it in the moment?
I need
She
to
said she's
ask my.
67, and so,
I
you
need
know,
to
when
ask
she
my
was-
questions
yeah.
as we go.
Okay,
Ma'am.
okay, all right, okay, okay.
Can we feed this bird as it gets hungry, okay?
Mr. Mayor, I apologize. We do have the home improvement program. I was only doing the highlights. That should have been in the highlight.
Yeah,
But
'cause that's major.
Yeah, if you look at on page 109 of 117, account code under operating expenditures, account code 515548, home improvement assistance, $500,000.
Okay, because I just remember we tried to mirror it on the city side, but I didn't see it. Okay, I see it. Home improvement instead.
What's the number?
500,000.
I know, but what's the, it's on the it's not on the,
51554.
51554.
okay, all right. Home improvement assistance. So on the city side, you have worked with them or you've had conversation with them that they're mirroring?
No.
Okay.
No, we proffered legislation.
To do one as well?
I think, did we do that?
Moving right along here.
I'm enjoying this meeting right here. I'm not.
I would look it up, but I'm big.
But when we do the, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go for it.
Okay, when we do the rental assistance program, can we, I would like to see it capped at 50,000.
It's capped at 40,000
40,000?
right now. Oh, you mean, I'm sorry.
The rental
Rental
assistance,
assistance program. You would like to see it capped at
50,000. Last year we did 80, we did 85, right?
we did 85,000 total. It was budgeted at 90 something, and we just finished out the rest recently.
Okay.
But yeah,
I think we are far moved from the pandemic stage, but as Board Member Kelly said, there are still people that I believe that we probably can help. I don't know whether some of the people in the past that we've helped, I wouldn't agree with them coming back for a second time, but I would also like to see some of that dollar amount that you bring back to us that you think would be, feasible to also include, if it isn't but 3 people that want to move into the CRA area, that some of that rental assistance money is set aside directly for that.
we'll bring something back to you before we implement it, obviously.
Okay,
And, but the one that's moving in is gonna be tricky. That's what we gotta figure out, but we'll see.
okay, all right, well, I know that working with the rental assistance program was a lot.
And the reason why it was a lot, by the way, because we actually turned into like a social service agency for a long period of time. Because we had people coming in crying every day. It takes hours out of your day. You got to listen to somebody's problem that they can't make their rent. So it did become an issue. The issue with the in my preliminary look into creating a program that brings people in, is that I know that most of you are trying to figure out how to help people that already live in Opa-locka, right? So how do you prevent something or someone, because you can't, and I think your attorney will tell you that the Fair Housing Act won't allow you to prevent someone else from somewhere else coming to take advantage of a program like that? I know where your heart is. You're trying to help people stay in Opa-locka. And if we can help them move into another place in Opa-locka, let's try to help them. But once you open up a program, and again, I don't want to go too much into details, and I'm just, one of the first things that popped in my head when I started looking at this is, what do we do when there's a flood of people from Richmond Heights that decide they don't want to drive no more and they want to move to Opa-locka and they want to apply for the program? You can't deny them that application. From my little knowledge of the Fair Housing Act, you can't narrow your advertisement for housing to one particular group.
Okay.
So that's just one of the issues that I initially found in that program. But again, we're going to work through it and bring it back to you.
Okay.
And we'll put a dollar number on it. The other thing is, to the board member Kelly's point, as you can see, and someone told me this a long time ago, I think I heard it from Arthur Teal or somebody, but they said something like, the budget is a living, breathing document that can be changed all the time.
Okay.
And these numbers in here, we had a $4 million carryover from last year. So if there's any program that you all want to implement and put money behind, we can take $200,000 from development assistance because it's February and it don't look like we're going to use that full $800,000. So let's fund this other program that's ready to go. Let's make it a budget amendment and move that money around. So we can do that. Sorry,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
So in other words, you're telling us to shut up, vote on the budget and move on so we can go. I got it. We understand. I think we got it.
Nah, he didn't say that. He didn't
Oh,
say
he
that.
didn't say shut up, he said be quiet.
Well, Boardman Williams got questions. She got to get the questions out, and the chair got questions.
No. I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm just ready to go through the rest of it. I know, but thank you.
Okay, let's move right along to the rest of it, Mr. Director.
I'm done.
I'm gonna.
I don't think we got through all of it.
Oh, I thought
We
I
stopped
did.
at, I believe, capital projects, grants. and
Oh,
others.
sorry. Well, then when I noticed that some were missing, I said the end. But so landscape beautification projects, $2,000, $250,000 for park improvements. Again, there's nothing tied to this. It's just money that we're putting aside just in case something gets tied to it. Building purchases, $1.9 million. Green projects, $300,000. The Rose Titus Butterfly Garden, $60,000, which I'm sure we're not going to come near that. And I think that's it.
The Rose Titus Garden, that's a carryover from last year.
Correct.
Okay, all right, that's not a new 60,000.
No.
Okay. Over at Ingram Park, I think the last time I was over there, the one of the pavilion isn't the covering is gone.
Yeah.
The canopy is gone over there. So I would like for us to, because Ingram Park, if my mind serves me right, they said that Ingram Park is not designated as a park, so it's difficult for them to get money from the county for Ingram Park. Okay,
Madam Chair,
help me on this
I
one.
am totally in agreement with you on that. Only thing I would say, because I know you probably got to go out and get a price for it. if you could find out, so it can, if you can't find one that looks exactly like it, but I really want to change both of them.
Okay.
So they're uniform, but you can bring it back to us with the amount. I know when I had, asked about it, nobody knew where the other one, the city actually paid for the second, but the contractor disappeared, they couldn't find him, whatever, so we ate the cost. And they told me originally that was about, I think they said $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah.
Which to me wasn't a lot of money, but as you notice, the city didn't put another back on there, they left it blank. So if possible, to the chair, lady's point, if we can look at doing both of them,
Yes.
so they are uniform, let's do it, because I don't think the city's nowhere near. And one of the things when we do have events like that, people always ask, what other ain't covered? And it's hard to just like,
Yes.
well, the contract is gone, it gets kind of,
And the covering is so very important. And I've noticed that there are more people now that is using Ingram Park than I've seen like in a long time. The people that live in that area. So I think to put some amenities over there in Ingram Park would really help that park and the people that are using the park.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I have a question even further that, is there any possible way, to the chair, to the manager, that the CRA can adopt Ingram Park and redevelop it in its entirety? How does that work and what does that look like? Was that a process we could talk offline?
I think we talk about that offline, but
Okay.
it leads me to the comment that I wanted to make through the chair about your suggestion. Remember, this, whether it's a park or not, it's a city asset.
Okay.
Right.
So that is totally within the city's commission, administration, to figure out what they want to do with Ingram Park. So I can't go in there and say, oh, we're going to change the canopy and we're going to pay for it and make it blue. Can't happen that way.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I will gladly reach out to the manager's office and say, hey, this discussion came up. We're here to help.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Director, Mayor, follow me for a second.
Yes.
You could sponsor interlocal agreement.
That's what I was thinking too, like between the city and the CRA, where the CRA can adopt Ingram Park. Okay, well, we can further,
But
yeah.
as far as this discussion right now, I would
I
like
get
to be
you.
let off the hook from looking at canopy prices until we talk to the manager or get some interlocal together, because I really can't go out and put a canopy in Ingram Park.
Okay.
Madam
But-
Chair.
Yes.
I have a few questions. The first one is, I know that we talked about hiring someone in code enforcement, and I wanted to know if that has worked into this budget or if we decided to not do that.
We decided to do that. That person is not hired. I think that would come in one of the administrative costs
Okay,
under other contractual services. That money would be transferred over to, because they haven't given us a determination. So
okay,
when they give us a determination, we'll take it out of that pot and transfer it over.
got it. And then
I think
second,
the interviews, there was a question about that last week, and I got an email today that the interviews that I'll be sitting on will be next week. So-
great. Okay, just wanted to make sure we were budgeting for that. And then second, can you I'll ask the two questions together. One, can you direct me to where there are funds to improve the properties that we're purchasing? And then the second question is, do we need to include revenue from just rental? Since we will hopefully have two buildings, but at least have one building that we might consider renting out.
We could do that. And what I've been doing now is taking the money out of the commercial grant improvement program. So we've done work already at the Chinese restaurant, for example. It is a commercial building so basically granted ourselves money to fix or to clear out the inside. If you went in there before, it was a complete mess.
Yeah.
Now it's completely cleaned out. All the garbage, debris, everything taken out. It costs $7,000 and 5 truckloads of garbage to clean out. That money came out of commercial grant improvement. We could, line it out and do our own thing, but for simplicity's sake, we just take it out of. And if we run out, the idea is, if it's a good thing if we run out. We haven't run out. We
Well, we
just,
don't want to run out before we finish the work, but
No.
I look at this line item here and that makes me feel good.
yeah, no, that would come from that. But the idea is we carried over $4 million this
Yeah.
year.
And do we think we'll receive some revenue from renting the space out?
I don't think we'll receive it this year,
Okay.
unfortunately, because all of those, those spaces need some work.
Even even the one right around like the one just around the corner from here as well?
That needs more work than the Chinese restaurant.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's it.
Those are my questions.
Okay, so, green, streetscapes, that's lighting,
Yes,
where we looking at, anywhere? Anywhere within the, CRA area, or do we have?
there's
Uh,
a specific location, but that's something Sandy was working on. I will get back to you on that. I'm not gonna give you false information.
Okay, all right, because I know, over in the Magnolia North area, down those streets, they really could use some lighting. Especially, I don't know, when you make the first turn right there by, the Cultural Arts Building, what's that
Okay.
street? Where they opened up that store, down there,
Where they had. I didn't find the post one.
yes,
I didn't probably make that first round.
Okay.
I know the street you're talking about.
yeah,
Mm.
but, over in that area, they really could use some lighting, and where that, little tot lot park is, they need some lighting over there, as well. So if we could please look at those areas. And in talking about, streetscapes, Mr. Director, I know that we had a downtown, master plan that the CRA had, put together. Have you ever seen that plan?
I think so, but not recently. I think I saw it before I was hired here, actually. I don't think I've seen it since I've been hired, but I'll take a look at it again.
Okay, because maybe we can look at that plan that we had and pull some of those projects out of that plan as well to do some things in downtown,
Good idea.
in the downtown area.
Good idea.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking along the same line. I want to get the budget passed. When I look at the fact that we do have carryover, we got some, and I know there was a big book, was a lot of things happening in there, but I do recall there's some things within there that as a CRA we can start working on to at least get the ball rolling. I'll say it like that for our downtown. And as the chair mentioned, it's some things in there I think we could work on. So if you could go pull the book, and even if we need to do I don't want to say workshop, I don't vision setting, whatever, to kind of, because I know some of it might be old too, because it's been a while
Yes,
and may be updated, but there might be some elements after you look at it. Mr. Director, we have a half a day something and make recommendations, show us what we can pull from here and actually start doing something. Because one of the things we have not done at all really is touch downtown other than
yes.
City Hall. I mean, I know Chavez redid their building, but in terms of the city, we haven't done anything except we're doing downtown City Hall. And I'm wondering, as we move forward, and I think the mayor probably knows the date better than me, hoping to have it done pretty soon. But then what about the rest of everything? And it doesn't give a good look, even though I know what we're saying, it carried over to have $2, $3, $4, whatever $1 million sitting. And part of what we'd be doing is something downtown. Whether it's buying property, again, it might be buying properties just so we can decide what we want to do with them, but I still rather have that.
Oh my God.
What happened?
You have,
No.
sorry, we have a pocket item that we need to pass tonight, and Commissioner Kelly just reminded me, sorry. We need to go get that.
Go get it.
Awesome.
Yep. Sorry.
Director Kelly, one of the ways that you could accomplish this is, Mr. Director, is maybe a joint strategy meeting on the part of the agenda between the CRA and the city to kind of discuss some of these overlapping mutual interests.
Well,
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that, but I want the first initial
Yeah.
workshop or setting to be the CRA
Sure,
before we do a joint. I know we got some members overlap, but I'm just saying
sure.
for the director can kind of lay out to us based on our budget. So we have that joint, whatever, we kind of know what we can do as a
Sure.
CRA, and then the city can decide what it wants to do. I just know from that, some of the things in there we need to move on. I think one of the first things we got to do is literally buy up some properties
Yeah.
to make, whatever we're gonna wind up doing, I think we're gonna have to buy some properties to make it happen. So, I'll
Madam-
let you and the chair kind of, after you've looked at the master plan and got some ideas, and y'all can maybe think of a time, either hour before the regular meeting or maybe 2 hours in some other setting to just deal with that.
So you saying, look at purchasing some properties in the downtown area?
Well, what I'm saying is, based on the downtown master plan,
Uh-huh.
if I recall, I didn't read the whole thing either, it was big, to do some of the things we want to do, to change our image, to change whatever, knowing that Historic City Hall is at the end of the road here,
Oh,
we may need to buy up some of these properties coming in to Opa-locka. And I'm just gonna say from, even from 27th Avenue, it could be before that, but from 27th Avenue, come around the curve, we may need to buy up some of these properties. And I said that even before Chin Medical came, because right now, downtown is not us. Downtown is something else. And to make something what you want, we may need to buy the properties and then, go from there. But he's got to look at the whole, because he hasn't looked at it. I'm just going my memory from some of the parts that I recall seeing in there.
And Commissioner Kelly, Madam Chair, if you don't mind,
yes,
I don't mean to cut you off, but he said something, and the attorney alluded to it. Why can't we do a strategic planning session? So from this setting, a think tank roundtable, you suggested it, next month before the new year, and put a plan in place and work that plan going into the new year. So, yeah.
I think what we need to do is find that downtown master plan. I don't know.
No, it exists. I've read it, but it was before I got here.
Yes,
But I'll pull it out again and hold on one second. I'll pull it out again and read it again. I'm getting excited because I have a meeting tomorrow. And again, this is all stuff people are bringing to us. Like we're looking at purchasing this 391 building. There's someone that heard that we're purchasing and they have this idea. They want to put a nice restaurant throughout the whole thing and make it like a downtown bar food type thing. I mean, it's just preliminary stages. We're just taking a look at it, but from what I saw,
But those ideas,
Yeah.
to Commissioner Kelly's point, we need to have a roundtable discussion.
And
Yeah,
right. And the biggest difference is because we've got potential money to buy.
right.
And again, that goes to that we can dictate what we want to see there, whatever that winds up being, the board can decide on that part. So Madam Chair, I think after the director reviews it and can come back and I like that idea, strategic session. And then after that, we can look at the joint session with the city. But at least we'll be clear what we are looking at
Exactly.
CRA and what we can contribute, what dollars we can contribute. And because I'm convinced if the CRA doesn't make a move to do something downtown, it ain't happening.
Somebody else.
CRA has to make a move to do something with downtown. Otherwise, we're gonna still keep passing through at 9 o'clock and nothing here. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it's gonna be. So I'll let you speak with the chair after he reads it, and to the mayor's point, strategic session, whatever you want to call it. Probably gonna take at least 2 or 3 hours so we can look at it, because I know that booklet was real big and some of the things may be outdated even, because some of it went to sidewalks and improvements and potential restaurant or nightlife, et cetera. And I believe one component even dealt with some housing on top with retail
The
at
retail
the
at the bottom,
bottom.
the restaurant.
So there are a lot of different components of that potential downtown development. So after you look at it, you can get with the chair and come back with a possible dates that we can look at. So that's a good idea.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention. Thank you, Madam Chair.
you're finish, Board Member Taylor?
I was gonna move to call the question for the budget, so we can.
I second.
Okay. Motion by Board Member Taylor, second by Vice Chair Williams. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes,
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes.
motion passed 4-0.
and Madam Chair,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I want to make a motion to add on resolution number 2410 to tonight's agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay,
And may get a new resolution number, but yes,
Okay, so add on
2410B
to be known as 2410B
for now.
for now to tonight's agenda.
okay, it's been motion and second roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes,
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes.
motion passed 4-0.
Okay, so we've accepted this resolution, so we have to now you want to talk about it, introduce it?
Which one?
You can take the next item and then.
No,
after
we got
that,
one more item.
it'll be add on.
One more item. So item 888, a resolution of the Opa-locka CRA authorizing the issuance of purchase orders for the engagement of contractor employees pursuant to the approved fiscal budget of the CRA and administrative office and project management functions in amount not to exceed certain budgetary allocations.
I was gonna move it, but Peggy said she don't need this item passed tonight, so we can move on.
We want to go home. We want to go home.
I'll second it.
Board Member Taylor, second by Vice Chair Williams. Any discussion? No discussion.
I want to know why Peggy making.
Okay,
So then,
roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes,
Chair Russell,
Yes.
motion passed 4-0.
Director Johnson, no. Last item, the resolution added, resolution number 2410B, or to be numbered appropriately, is a resolution of the Opa-locka CRA authorizing the executive director and CRA attorney to conduct the purchase of properties located at 391 Opa-locka Boulevard and 879 Fisherman Street, to include the preparing title work to complete the transactions.
I am
for
so happy,
discussion?
Second.
for discussion.
Moved by Board Member
Kelly,
Kelly, second by Vice Chair Williams. Discussion, Board Member Kelly, you wanted to?
Yes, I want the director to kind of explain.
So yes, sir. This falls under whatever you want to call it. No good deed goes unpunished. Try to go the extra mile and they kick you in the butt. But this is what happened here. We already approved this. You already approved back in May for me to enter into a contract with the sellers of 391 Opa-locka Boulevard. It's been, as Vice Chair will tell you, a process in dealing with the seller and getting them to the table to do anything, either from answering a phone call to accepting an offer to whatever the case may be. It's been, ever since we started this process, it's been pull and tug. So you all approved for me when we, came in May and said, look, go buy this building, go into contract. So we signed a contract and we sent it over to them with your approval in May. They did not sign that contract until August. Okay. So all of the due diligence periods and all the dates, and we had negotiated that back for May. So basically we need a new council approval date. And the last date to do that is actually today.
Okay.
That's why we're bringing it as a pocket item, or else the deal goes dead again and we have to start all over again, and we don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
So we want to approve, because we just got the environmentals back yesterday. There's still some stuff that we need to ask on that, so we're gonna need a what do you call it, an extension on that. But in order to do all that stuff, we need to approve the contract again today with both signatures. Now that they've signed and we've signed, and then we'll continue on with our due diligence process. But the only day to do that, that's why we're bringing it as a pocket item, would be the 26th, whatever today, the 26th of September. So you've already approved it. We're just asking you to approve it a second time so we could push the dates back so that we can do all the due diligence that we need to do.
Madam.
And Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
the city attorney, our team, we're ready to, this is all teed up, but as a matter of process, we have to get it on the record as, for the dates to be amended and updated.
Okay.
Today.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir, Board Member Taylor.
So my question is, nothing has changed from the original resolution to now,
Nothing.
Except the
to
dates.
now, just the dates.
The dates will change because everything was contingent on when the council approved it. But because I came to you, I guess I had done it, I guess it was done differently in the past where it wasn't approved by the council until the deal was done. And so what I've done is I brought the deal to you before it was signed by the seller.
Oh,
So I got it approved first, but then they took 3 months to sign it.
Yeah.
So all the things that we had, if you go to the, I don't want to get too much in the
No, you
hole.
don't have to. I got you. So it's just the date.
But if you
Just the-
see in the addendum 1, you'll see all the dates in the back. And it tells you all the different dates the deposits are due, when environmental periods are due, and all of that is contingent on all that is contingent upon when the board approved the purchase of the building.
This
All
is
right.
the
Madam
one-
Chair, where's this at?
It's right across the
Right
street.
across-
The one that you're talking about right
The one
now that we need to buy.
Yeah, the one that has a lot of different businesses
Oh,
in there.
okay.
Yeah.
And
it's
this
taking
with the
place
old
behind it.
turkey, with the old
Yep.
turkey building
Yep,
back.
yep.
Barrett's old turkey.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought it was something else.
No, this is,
Yeah,
This
because
is-
we had already done this.
You
Yeah,
thought we
that's
had
what I
finished it.
was
Yeah,
thinking.
bringing it back. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
okay,
okay.
I was wondering, I thought we bought
Okay.
this.
I thought he
already.
was going to say something like a first one.
So they basically waited all this time.
They waited a long time.
Oh, okay, that was.
Okay.
But
All right,
we're
so that's
close.
one, so that would be one downtown property that we have that entire
Correct.
That's a
location there.
major project.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you have, and it has tenants there.
There's 3 tenants and 3 vacancies, I believe.
Okay,
4 if you include the restaurant.
okay,
Okay.
okay. No problem. You have any questions?
No, I just I didn't forgot it was that location. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Board Member Kelly,
Yes,
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Russell,
Yes.
motion passed 4-0.
Okay, I think that's it, but before we dismiss, are there any other downtown properties that you know of that are for sale?
I don't know of, no.
There's
Downtown.
one.
Huh?
I think it's one downtown,
Where?
Which one?
down on the end.
The barracks?
Not for sale?
The barracks are.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Oh,
There's one downtown right up there.
Send me the address.
I hope they did, yeah, that's a nice.
Send me the
piece of-
address.
I will.
okay.
What's the address? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, all right.
Interesting.
So that's not downtown. though.
Is that not?
Yeah, it's going to City Hall, going to Olson Star City Hall. That's still considered downtown.
Okay, all right. All right. Nothing else for the board?
No, but I am gonna stress again, Commissioner Kelly's request to do a strategic planning session. I think that need to happen like ASAP.
I will contact the manager in the morning.
No, not
no,
with,
Oh, with us
with
first.
us.
Let's first.
And not in this setting, in this think tank, even if we have to go off campus somewhere where we can actually dive into it. and bring ideas and stuff. I think that needs to happen like before the new fiscal year.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But that starts on Tuesday, so.
Say it again.
I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, but
Yeah. The new fiscal year starts on Tuesday, I told him. We mean the new calendar year.
the new calendar year. But no, ASAP. I think it should
Yeah.
happen now, like
Yeah.
within like next month.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you all for saving me with the state and the county.
Okay, let's not forget about the hurricane that's going up the panhandle and all the people.
Right now, we just got,
Oh, wow.
Really? Wow.
Adjourn.
Hit your gavel.
Meeting is adjourned.